on the fun and desire a minimal amount of challenge across all game types.
You know we're playing it on
With the
Battletoad,
range
right?
of oh yeah, I'm just reading these. Fucking players who are familiar with the range of game types and enjoy a challenge. Players who want a more intense experience across all game types. Yeah, we're playing Battletoad.
Alright, I guess, send me an invite. Or wait, actually, it'll let me join a game, I think.
Yeah, I think you join now.
One sec.
Just the music is cool, I like it already.
I don't know how to invite you.
No, I'm already fucking... Hold on.
Or I don't know how to join. It won't let me do it straight from the party.
Hang on. Hang on, stop doing shit.
Don't tell me this is only local.
Just hold the fuck on! It's not online.
Oh, you
It's
fucking
only couch
kidding me?
co-op. It's only couch co-op.
My hopes and dreams.
How the fuck do you make this not online?
Who the fuck makes a modern day game and it's not? Fuck it, I'm playing the first level at least. I hopped into this. I wanted to play Battletoads. I'm playing Battletoads.
It's local 3-player co-op.
That's it.
Hold on. As of right now, Battletoads 2020 supports local co-op only.
Is there plans to change that in the future?
I don't know.
Being a bad guy is great. Cool hideout.
In the future, the developers have
hoverboard.
considered
And no one
adding
can
an
tell
online
me to
multiplayer
wear a
feature
shirt.
to the game.
Oh no! It's the mega famous
Why is it a
Battletoads,
question?
Including Zitz, the leader, Pimple, the strong one, and Rash, the sunglasses one.
Don't forget Best Kisser.
Enough talk. It's time to... Best kisser? Why are you the best kisser?
Maybe because I practice on my hand all the time.
That just means you're the best at kissing your hand.
Come on, there's more girls outside.
Yeah.
Okay, the combos are cool.
Yeah. I'm looking at Steam, and there are a ton of not recommended fucking reviews in here.
Wonder why. Probably because of the non-online.
The
co-op.
top review is, this is the Teen Titans Go of video games. Teen Titans Go took a cool show and turned it into a derpy comedy. Same with this. I'm glad I waited 26 years only to have the Battletoads no longer be cool, get jobs, see Rash crap himself in a diaper, cringy jokes and preachy messages. So the combat is okay and well thought out. It just takes me out of it to see the Toads no longer having most of their cool moves. Rash's axe kick and giant boot have been replaced with a chicken hand, nasty foot, and dead fish. Also, to be stopped puzzles every few minutes, if not entire sections of the game, is really annoying. I understand Battletoads isn't all beat 'em up levels, and that is fine, and even a puzzle here and there I would be okay with, but this many? Said many of the bad guys are lame and just repeat all the time. The only way I was able to get through this game was because I was playing with my oldest friend that I grew up with, playing all the Battletoads game with. Oh, and did I mention there's no online co-op built in? We had to do it through the Steam thing. I'll tell you what, doing a turbo bike level with lag is about as fun as stopping all progress in a game to smash your face into a wall. Also, when we played many of the levels, we aren't even a Battletoad. We played those puzzle levels as the two stupid aliens that are with the Dark Queen. They couldn't even let me play as the Toads. I know in single player that might be different. game is an insult to fans of the original. The dialogue and story are full of insults aimed at players of the classics. I've never gotten Steam to refund me for a game before, but I'm considering getting a refund for this one. If you're looking for a new beat-em-up that feels as good to play as the classics, but brings features from more modern games, go with Streets of Rage 4.
Trying to figure out how to eat flies.
I have no problem with the art style. I have no problem with the redesign of the Dark Queen, who doesn't matter anyway, because she played almost no role in anything. I could forgive the stupid dialogue and tweaked out story. What I can't forgive about this game is that over half of it isn't Battletoads. The 30% that part is great. They introduced a lot of game mechanics and complexity to the combat that goes far beyond the simplistic single-button cheesing strategies from the original. Soundtrack is great, and the Toads each play differently enough to make it interesting. It also has no built-in online multiplayer. The only way to play online is to use remote play together through Steam. I can't stress enough that unless your reaction time is faster than the average human being to begin with, then you inhaled hold on. I feel like I just had a stroke. I can't stress enough that unless your reaction time is faster than the average human being to begin with, then you inhaled caffeine. You'll get to a point of the game and get stuck there, and you will hate the entire game because of it. Maybe when this game is dirt cheap, give it a try. The Battletoads part is good, however more than half the game is just weird mini-games. I'm just seeing a lot of fucking, like, they're trying too hard. Like, they're fucking, it's not all Battletoads, it's not the beat 'em up that you remember.
Join my gang or die. We offer competitive wages, dinner insurance, and paternity leave.
No way, Dorkshank!
Die!
So it looks like when you play it, you can swap between all three Toads, and they each have a health bar. The combos are pretty nice.
Pros, fantastic music, fluid controls, added more gameplay mechanics to the game. This is not just a beat 'em up game. It has different minigames and platform during the course of the game. Easy to play, easy to pick up. Cons, the game is no longer than 3.5 hours at most.
Oh wow. You know what? That makes sense. The old ones were only like 2.
Yeah, but they were like blistering hard.
Apparently people are saying that like most of this game isn't like the original Battletoads. Like 70% of it is just stupid mini games and not like the original Battletoads.
Needed more brawler stages in the back half of the game. 4th act stages were criminally short. Felt like they didn't even care and ran out of time. If you want a game that only has extremely cringy jokes that feel like they try too hard to be funny, this is the one for you. It would be disingenuous to recommend this game based on one simple problem. Way too much of this game has nothing to even do with Battletoads. It's chock full of insanely frustrating and stupid minigames that seem to have been designed by 14-year-olds on Newgrounds and repurposed into the most annoying, infuriating wastes of time they could have possibly conjured up. If that weren't enough, countless hours of the games aren't Battletoad. They're a bullet hell space shooter. They're a puzzle platformer. They're Sonic. They're Geometry Wars. It's like they had a conference room meeting and an executive decided no one is going to play a modern game of just straight level after level beating enemies up. And so they forced this developer to throw darts at a board full of game genres and make a sampler platter of the 3 they hit until they hit exactly 3. I have no problem with the art style, it's great. I have no problem with the redesign. I can't forget that the game is criminally short and that over half of it doesn't even relate to Battletoads at all.
Stop! Quit it.
Fuck. The jack of all trades is a master of none. The new Battletoads can't decide what it wants to be. 50% of it is a pilot episode from a cartoon. You're going to get a lot of meme-ridden, fourth wall breaking references, poor voice acting, and unfortunately a lot of ire toss at fans of the original game. The remainder of the game is split between classic beat-em-up gameplay and a roulette selection from those awful retro 64 arcade minigames and Yooka-Laylee. You remember the ones that played like cheap derivative cell phone games? You might notice that Rex is a snide attack directed at the original fans, a theme shared with this game. Battletoads is barely 3 hours long.
Guess so.
Crunching the numbers brings you to about 1 hour of actual Battletoads beat-em-up gameplay. There's nearly nothing to gain from actually playing this game, let alone dropping 20 bucks on it. There's co-op, but it's entirely local. There's nothing online. Since everyone is sequestered under a pandemic, I can only wish you good luck in finding someone IRL to help ease you through this mediocre game and its half-assed story. Remember the Sonic movie from earlier this year? People hated the art style from the original Sonic, so the studio threw a Hail Mary and completely upended the appearance, changing it to cater to the fans. The movie was delayed, but what we ultimately received was one of the greatest video game tie-in movies ever made. A similar negative backlash hung over this game and its art style. Unfortunately, the lead artist and many others on the dev team would rather push an agenda than make a good game. This reboot is full of itself and eager to demonize the older games and their fan base. These developers hate what games used to stand for, and this is their attempt to try and fix it. This game is too mature for kids, but too immature for adults. Since kids don't even know what Battletoads are anyway, who is this game for? Diaper and scat fetishes? Knock it off! Hit me in the face again, I fucking dare you. You're going in your kennel. What? If you're expecting a Battletoads and Double Dragon or Battletoads arcade experience, you'll be very disappointed. While the animation is decent and the jokes are kinda amusing, I found the game very lackluster. It starts out decent enough saying, hey, we're beat 'em up, but then afterwards it devolves into a quick time event stage. Has a couple of turbo bike stages. Acts 1 and 2 were decent enough and had beat 'em up stages. Act 3 is basically the shoot 'em up and platforming non-beat 'em up act. I get they were going for something there, but this is Battletoads. Act 4 was okay, but I was hoping for more since they were basically fighting gods.
I'm back!
This bubblegum pig just won't...
It's cool to see them back. Unfortunately, while it's clear a lot of work went into it, it kind of falls into its old game's traps. Be good at exactly nothing. The beat 'em up stuff is okay, but mostly just timing dodges and smashing buttons until things die, making sure you pick the right time to use a smash attack, or else you'll probably get nailed by something interrupting the animations. The non-beat 'em up stuff is below mediocre. Art is alright on the whole, good animation in a style that kind of feels like Alien Hominid or Castle Crashers in your Newgrounds era of floatiness. A weird plot, tons of self-referential jokes, end quote, and bad writing supplements it. It's Dane Cook, it's Deadpool 2, it's gonna force-feed you dumb jokes, and make sure you got them. Go back and watch an episode of Street Sharks, 80s TMNT Biker Mice there. The relevance was kind of charming for its time, but it doesn't quite feel the same here. It didn't hit that same feeling. So in the end, you're left with a divisive art style, mediocre, insane gameplay, and a soulless writing style. Just watch some videos to understand what's going on with it. Look up the Fight and Rage and the Capcom Beat 'em Up collection. This is the shortest review here. Abandon old Battletoads fan base and mock them, try to appeal to people with diaper fetishes. Gameplay is a mess, too many enemies on screen, can't see anything, this game is a disgrace.
Yeah, my biggest problem right now is like the dodging's inconsistent. Like the bosses are not hard, but they keep spawning in enemies. Like that's not good boss design. If I'm spending most of the fight keeping enemies off my ass, There's one enemy that can just one-shot you for absolutely no reason, and it's the dumbest, weakest looking one. I already have my complaints, and I haven't technically even beaten the first level. Like, this would be fun if you play with your friend, but that would probably be it.
Yeah.
Because, like now, the second phase, the first boss in the first level, is just him spamming a one-hit KO move. He walks to one side of the arena, does it, and walks to the other side of the arena, does it. Real fucking great game design. Fucking schmucks. God damn it, really?
See ya! What is that pig's problem?
Besides punching too slowly.
Nice one.
This game is literally an insult to the fans of the original. I mean that literally. The dialogue and story are full of insults aimed at players of the classic. Never gotten Steam. I'm trying to get one now. Yeah, there aren't a lot of people who like this game.
It's not terrible, but it's not great. It's meh. It's like,
It's literally what I think the best review that I've heard on here. Like the top one was, this is the Teen Titans Go of Battletoads. Yeah, so it said, I'm glad I waited 26 years only to have the Battletoads no longer be cool, get jobs, and see Rash crap himself into a diaper. What a game. That's big gay. Why are there 28 fucking things in my queue?
because you haven't gone for a week and a bunch of shit on it.
I have literally been only doing work in class for the past fucking... or like the week.
Oh no, I get you, brother.
Let me see my fuck. I'm gonna look at my schedule and I'm gonna tell you when all this fucking shit started. Alright, so on the 15th, I worked a 24-hour shift from 8 a.m. on Tuesday to 8 a.m. on Wednesday. I had class that night at 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. Went to bed that night and got back up that next morning at 8 o'clock and went and worked a 10-hour shift. Came home, passed out, went to class, or not to class, to fucking work the next day and worked an 8-hour shift. I then went to class on the following day after that. I went to class from 10 to 4, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Came home, passed out, went to work back on Sunday the next day for an 8-hour shift. Came back on Monday, I worked a 24-hour shift, and then just got back this morning at 8.
Oh, there are collectibles. It didn't tell me there was collectibles, and I missed the first fucking one. That apparently is on a timer or some shit.
How much money did I make
Thanks,
this
game.
month before tax?
This game has literally given me the tutorials for basic combat after the second time you've had to fight the major boss.
That's fucking stupid.
Yeah, I mean, I've already got my complaints. Like, they could have done the tutorial so much better.
Oh, I lost interest as soon as there's not online co-op. That's fucking stupid.
Oh,
That is the stupidest
even
fucking
think-
move I've
oh.
ever seen.
Now I have to fight the boss for a third
There's 3
time.
of us and only 1 of you.
Yes, I see. Just couldn't get enough of it.
Yeah? Well, there's still 3 of us.
Oh, the boss can multiply for some reason?
Yeah.
Oh,
I
and
see.
now one of the versions uses the one-hit kill move, while the other gets all its other moves.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Like the animation style is relatively cool.
Zitz is probably my favorite.
Look at that. I don't know. I don't remember. I gotta think of who each one is what. So
Rash is the one that wears sunglasses.
yeah, Rash is something. I remember that one.
I like Zitz because he's got like high-tech attacks.
Yeah.
Well, on the bright side, I may have to fight 2 of these assholes, but like... Oh, that was...
That is the stupidest shit I've ever seen. Who makes a fucking Battletoads game and it doesn't put online co-op in it? That's fucking
Modern generation?
stupid. That's fucking stupid. That is about the fucking definition of like, the only thing I can compare that to is fucking Patrick in the episode of SpongeBob going, "Wait, we have technology," and then slamming the computer on the table, like repeatedly. Going, "Wait, we have co-op," and then fucking just beating the shit out of online co-op and watching it die.
Somehow
No, we
the
have
third
internet for a
phase was
reason.
easier than the second and the first. Well, not easier than the second phase. And I'm fighting 2 of them.
And so I finally pass into the afterlife. Wait, there's nothing here. Make the most of the time you have.
So fucking stupid.
Yikes.
I don't think he's coming back this time.
Oh well, sucks to be him. On with the celebration.
That's just fucking dumb. I can't believe that was a move that they thought was right. You fucking asshole, dog.
The first level is literally you walking through your celebration.
Yep. Everyone loves it.
Ah,
Now we can fly.
I see. Yeah, apparently that entire game just fucking like pokes fun at like people that like the old Battletoads.
We are gone.
Apparently that's just a fucking thing.
Tony, come to work. There's friggin' frogs in here. Who is this guy? Hang tight, frogs. We're gonna get
I don't know
out of
about you,
that
but I don't
one.
think that seems like a very bright move.
Bunker?
Yeah, let's make fun of the people that fucking like bought the old game and were like actually fans of it.
The first
Probably
level
the
just pulled the
fucking-
carpet out from under you and basically just said like, oh, that entire first level was fake, and you were for some reason in a bunker.
And that boy was executed. In lighter news, we've all heard
And that boy
Yeah,
was
we'll go with
executed.
that.
Toads in a hole? Julie Saturn Rings has more.
Thanks, Zerb. Sounds bizarre, but that's exactly what a local construction crew discovered this afternoon.
Yeah, so we was digging
It was a
around
simulation
construction
bunker.
stuff, and I find this bunker with
It was a
friggin'
what?
frogs trapped inside. And I mean, it stinks. So we checked the wiring, and these morons been in there for 26
Why don't you
years
suck my
living a
fucking dick
simulated fantasy
with
land.
that
And I mean,
shit?
they
Oh my
stink.
fucking
26
god!
years in a fantasy
Sean,
bunker? You'd have to be
What?
gullible not to figure that one out.
All
So,
the previous
Frogs, how you
games in
feeling?
this game is
Stupid?
basically
We're not
stated that
frogs,
they were
toads.
all
Battletoads.
simulations.
We're famous superheroes.
Big
This
fucking
just in.
stupid.
No, you're not. This has been Julie Saturn Rings asking.
It
I'm gonna
basically
pretend
says
that I
that
didn't
all
hear
the
that.
events of the past games never happened. You
I'm
were
gonna
in a
pretend I
bunker
didn't.
under a simulation, and literally it pulls the carpet out from under you. It's like, how long have you been down here? They're like, we've been here for 26 years or whatever. Now they're all getting jobs.
That's fucking stupid.
Ah, yes, I can't wait to see fucking Zitz go work a part-time job at McDonald's.
It's literally what I'm. No, one of them's a masseuse, whichever one's the brown one. The other one
Big-
looks like he's an accountant.
Yay.
I thought the promotion was pretty much a
That's
guarantee.
fucking
Then
stupid.
we had that meeting about the email.
What? Let's give them jobs. Let's go have them work a part-time job. Good idea.
That's literally what I'm doing right now.
It's fucking stupid.
They don't.
That's
Oh my god!
stupid.
I don't
They're
care about
toads.
games from the 90s. They need to be buried. That's what someone in the background just said.
Fuck yourself. Games from the 90s were fucking good. They were fun. They were hard as
They
shit, but they
just
were
say
fun.
assume good intent.
Oh wait, that weird lizard guy's looking.
What kind of horse shit? Valentine, knock it off.
Oh, it's him signing Rockstar shit right next to the Sea of Thieves. That one's actually kind of funny. Or, I mean, not Rockstar, Rare shit next to Sea of Thieves.
That's decent.
Oh my god, that RBLBA shit was an entire level?
What?
That was just a QTE.
What?
I think we're being robbed.
So? We don't own anything worth stealing.
You're right. I'll go apologize. Knock, knock. Sorry, we're poor. Oh, it's just Rash wearing a diaper.
I solved it!
Solve what?
Come in, brothers. Are we brothers? We never talk about it. Doesn't matter. Take a seat, I'll stand. No. You stand, I'll sit. Everyone stands. Listen, I've been up all night mimicking the methods of TV
That is the
detectives.
stupidest
Triangulate,
fucking shit.
enhance,
Now he's in a
and I
diaper.
pinpointed the precise location
Why?
of the Dark Queen.
Could you
It's
pinpoint
full.
a dumpster and burn that diaper?
It was the Dark Queen we were talking about, remember? She nearly destroyed the galaxy, I think. We beat her up, set her and I on a
Your
safe spot into
voice
space.
was unmatched.
They're like, he's like, I think I've pinpointed everything. And they go,
Sorry, Rash. I'm
can you
masseuse
pinpoint a
now.
dumpster
My
to burn
fists
that
are for pleasure,
diaper
not
in?
pain.
And I'm lead attacher at the email factory. We're
Why
moving on.
is that
Moving on to
even
what?
a thing?
Our sink is busted. The pipes are
Ah,
frozen,
yes,
there are train
poopy
tracks
pants.
In our living room.
No. We have good
train
jobs
tracks.
and a roof over our heads. I'm
Do
not
you want to
ready
know what's
capture
funnier than that?
I'm not ready. To
Me
be
saying
irrelevant.
poopy
I'm not
pants.
ready to live my life as just another toad. But mostly, I'm not certain that
That's just fucking stupid. Ah, yes, the
Okay,
ancient
Rash,
spell.
Let's
Shit
go
your
build you
diaper.
a brand new audience.
You really mean it?
You're damn right I do. Now, where do we find the Dark Queen?
Forgot about the old
Where?
ancient fucking...
Time travel?
The old
No,
ancient
we'll leave
hymn
when
that used to
I
be
clean
sung
myself
about
up.
shitting
Then
your
we're
pants.
renting turbo bikes, baby! Woohoo! Battletoads
My favorite hymn.
reboot!
Can't wait until they sing it in
Oh,
church on
now
Sunday.
they're like, well, we need to get back to where we were, but everything we live was a game. Why don't we just reboot it?
How about you go fuck yourself?
This, I kid you not, the whole, like, this is the Teen Titans Go of Battletoads, like, holy shit.
Is that accurate?
I was all excited because I'm like, man, I can play this. Oh, dude, it's accurate to a fucking T. Now I'm in one of the bike sections.
These turbo bikes are
Is it
And
any
it's just
good?
because they're
You know what
riding,
that means.
they're riding rental bikes. Let me find out.
Exactly.
I fucking closed Siege to experience that horseshit. I have rebooted Siege. I have...
The bike level's pretty easy.
Wasn't the bike level like one of the fucking hardest things in the fucking
Yup.
world? Like in gaming fucking...
Yup.
Hey, Valentine, I need you to fucking stop!
Oh my god, there's collectibles on this shit.
You're telling me there's collectibles on the bikes.
Oh.
Don't make me fucking shoot myself.
Yeah, there's collectibles on the bikes, and the best part is you have to know where they are, so you have to go through it once to figure out where everything is, and then go back through it and remember it so you don't miss a single one.
I will fucking slit my wrists.
It was predicting.
Sorry, that's just a pre-alert for my fucking suicide attempt that's coming. Let's wait for the second one to go off.
Dude, I was so excited for this. For them to just pull that bullshit.
Dude. I feel like I got the rug pulled out from under me.
Oh, by the way, did you hear about what Xbox did?
They bought Bethesda!
Which means, guess what we can get, because they also own Obsidian.
Hold on, first off, Fallout Elder Scrolls. There's the one where I kill myself.
Fallout New Vegas 2. Is all I'm saying.
I just want to fucking
also,
better Elder Scrolls game.
Oh, yeah, well, and here's the thing, Microsoft will actually quality control that shit. So they will fix Bethesda.
I fucking hope so!
Hey, Battletoads,
This is a fucking dumpster fire.
Turbo Back Reynolds. My sensors indicate you're driving like a bat out of heck. And
shit is
dang it,
inexcusable.
if you don't slow down, I'll have my sons post nasty rumors about you on
The
the
fucking director of Bethesda has a
They're
picture of him
handsome
holding a
boys,
shotgun
but
in a
they're
Teletubby
mean
costume.
and itching to embarrass you. Hope it doesn't come to that.
Todd Howard? Picture of him
But,
with a Teletubby costume holding a shotgun.
But now, here's the thing. PlayStation was trying to buy out exclusivity from fucking Bethesda, but now Microsoft owns Bethesda, so they get their, like, only 2 timed exclusives they could get, and then all of it will switch over to Xbox, and guess who's going to get Bethesda exclusives? You know we're getting Bethesda exclusives.
Oh, yeah. Did you see that within 10 minutes of the fucking Xbox Series X going on pre-order, it's sold out?
Sold out and crashed the shit?
Yeah. I am excited.
Apparently PlayStation crashed some shit, but it was only at a smaller, like, store chain shit, and it wasn't all that great. Like basically Xbox crashed within seconds. PlayStation just fucked over. Oh, well, I'm starting to get to a point where it got harder. It got harder. Oh, but it is checkpoints. There's checkpoints, so
it's dumb. Yes, I bought Battletoads to play Modern.
But no, so that's got me up for it. You know what this means though, Sean, right? The only exclusives PlayStation now currently will have are they don't have Hellblade anymore because Xbox bought them. And the thing is, Last of Us is over. Just like Uncharted, meaning they have God of War and Spider-Man.
That's it.
And all their Japanese shit is over here, even their Yakuza series. And here's
now
the
it's
best
on
part:
Xbox.
they censor their shit.
Yeah, so I don't see a fucking reason to get a PlayStation at all. Sorry, Chief, but you got fucking outplayed.
You know what that also means, though? Xbox could make a Quake.
Oh my fucking god.
Doom and Wolfenstein exclusivity. Elder Scrolls exclusivity. Fallout exclusivity. And it was funny because PlayStation was shitting on everybody, but during the PlayStation broadcast for their exclusives, guess what most of the exclusives were? The 2 timed exclusives that they had bought from Bethesda.
I'm just gonna send you a picture real quick, and I need you to look at it immediately.
I can't do that.
You can do that.
Bike section.
Oh, I warned you, Toads. Now my beautiful boys are spreading all sorts of lies about you until you return my bikes. This is my business model. He sounds pretty annoyed.
You know what they say.
Don't trust obviously unstable anthropomorphic toads?
Bingo.
There's 3 sections to this. Okay, whatever. I have gotten absolutely 0 of the collectibles on these levels, and fuck you. What did you send me? Where is it?
Oh, you ready? You ready for it now?
Yeah, I'm ready for it. I've got
The entire
Krispy Kreme uploaded.
the entire gaming community watching fucking Xbox buy out Bethesda in front of PlayStation.
That was a wise move. I'm not gonna see the first part of that, but man, it's funny.
You haven't been afraid to before.
You know what, nigga? That's a nice move.
Wise move.
Oh! Fucking get off my stomach, you asshole! Swear to God! You are lucky I don't beat your ass.
She fucking kicked me in the stomach. She jumped up like on the bed, and her fucking back paw fucking kicked me in the stomach.
Yeah, no. It literally, it's funny because like PlayStation made that
No,
announcement.
get
and Xbox
back.
made that announcement.
Get
So
back!
then, like,
No, I'm not dealing with this shit, puppy. Quit it!
half of all future investments in exclusivity through PlayStation was going to be through Bethesda. And the best part, Sean, all these games release on Game Pass day one.
Oh yeah.
Sucks to be the fucking PlayStation owner.
Yeah.
Dude, I have a PS4 and that thing is a goddamn feather duster. No, I didn't see. Did you send me another thing?
Yeah.
When you get Narcan, leave the hospital and go right back to the same dope spot. We're doing a sequel.
We're doing a sequel. Also, I want you to read this. All of it. It's not offensive, but I think it's funny.
I forced a bot to watch over Trump rallies and asked it to write a Trump rally of its own. Here's the first page. I just had a phone call with the economy. Jobs poured out of the phone. Great jobs, tall jobs, Steve Jobs, all at Kinko's. The crowd cheers. It is full of real Americans. Man with hard hat, man with harder hat, gun that is alive. President Trump, the United Snakes is doing so good. The other countries are on fire. All the people are on fire. Hot fire too, not us. Our flag is so beautiful. President Trump salutes a flag that says, Arby's food is fun to eat. The crowd owls. They love this flag of America. President Trump, I signed a bill, no more swamps. Swamps gone. Swamps in Mexico now. It's on fire. Great deal for us. The crowd chants, 4 more swamps. 4 more swamps. Foreign powers cheat us. Canada steals our milk. China steals our milk. We only had 1 glass of milk left. Obama drank it. Not fair. The crowd poos. They wanted that milk. President Trump said, like President Ronald Rogaine, and I will bring back the milk. And the crowd roars. They still want the milk. A wall of milk, no criminals get through. Democrats want criminals to have the milk. No way, milk comes from coal. We'll dig it up. All the world are mispronounced. The crowd cheers. I hate pronunciation. They love milk. They start digging. Oh, by the way, okay, so you know how my parents are divorced? You know how my parents are divorced? Well, it's funny because I show up on the voting thing for Kansas, Oklahoma, and Texas. I'm sure you do. Kansas, Oklahoma, and Texas, I show up on the voting deal. So the Democratic and the Republican Party have been trying to like hit me up, but those are 2 parties per state, which means I'm getting hit up by 6 different groups. The Republican Party of Texas and the Democratic Party of Texas and Kansas and then fucking Oklahoma. So they send me this message today. I want to read this to you. It says, "Hi, I'm Jessica, volunteering with the Texas Democrats. Is this Hunter? Yes, great. We're less than 45 days away from the election. Can we count on your support for Joe Biden and the Democrats? Nope, I wanted Bernie and he's out, so I'm going independent. I would argue an independent vote is a vote for Trump in his election. Biden and Kamala will be leading us in the right direction. I heard that you preferred Bernie, but it will either be Biden or another 4 years with Trump. We cannot allow that to be our reality. Biden and Kamala need all of our votes to assure a win. Can we count on you, Hunter?" She basically told me my vote didn't matter, so them or the highway. And I said, 1, rude. 2, no. A vote independent is a vote independent. If it doesn't matter, maybe don't have both parties gerrymandering districts, and that wouldn't be an issue. Also, Biden is practically senile and confused, and Trump is a racist sexist. I can't in good conscience vote for either. And then she says, "I'm sorry, my intent was not to be rude. Have a good day."
Literally, I'm voting for fucking Joe Jurgensen, the fucking libertarian, the only other third option that we have. I'm voting for her. Because I'm not voting for either of those fucking two idiots.
Wait, it's a dude?
It's a girl.
It's a girl? Oh, fuck, that'd be the first female president.
Yeah, I'll fucking do it.
No, I wasn't saying that like a negative.
No, I'm sorry, I was reading the text. I kind of blanked. Do what?
Oh, fuck. No, that'd probably be great. What do you know what that person's policies are? I haven't.
She's libertarian. That's the party she identifies with. I'll try to find some policies. But like, I don't agree with her on everything, but I honestly feel like she's more stable than the rest of them.
Oh yeah, I had the Republican Party hit me up the other day, and they were like, "Hey, can we get your vote?" And I was like, "No, sorry, I don't trust rapists and pedophiles." And then literally they were like, "Oh, okay," and then like no response. They acknowledged it.
Oh shit. Alright, here's different sections of her platform. I guess I'm just gonna read these. Healthcare and Social Security. Jurgen supports a free market healthcare system financed by providing individuals with a spending account and allowing individuals to keep any savings, which she believes would create an increased incentive for healthcare providers to compete by meeting consumer demand for lower cost services. She opposes single-payer healthcare, calling it disastrous. Jurgensen supports replacing the Social Security system with individual retirement accounts. In the final debate of the primaries, candidate Jacob Hornberger accused Jorgensen of supporting the welfare state through Social Security and Medicare. In response, Jurgensen called Social Security a Ponzi scheme and said that she would allow people to opt out of the program on her first day in office. However, she emphasized the constitutional inability of a president to unilaterally end the program without the support of Congress, as well as the need of the government to fulfill existing Social Security obligations. Under Jurgensen's plans, those who would opt out would direct 6.2% of their future payroll taxes into individual retirement accounts and receive prorated Social Security benefits for existing contributions as zero coupon bonds for retirement.
Well, that sounds like it honestly should be the plan, because here's the thing, your Social Security isn't being shared with everybody else.
Yeah. Criminal
You're in
justice
charge of
and
your own
drug
fucking
policy.
retirement.
Yeah, I've just got different fucking like layouts here, some of things, because Jurgensen opposes federal civil asset forfeiture and qualified immunity. Jurgensen opposes the war on drugs and supports abolishing drug laws, promising to pardon all non-violent drug offenders. She has urged the demilitarization of police.
So, like, that's probably regarding pot.
Part of me, like, fucking, some of this stuff, it's shit of, like, some of this I agree with and don't, like, some of it I agree with, some of it I disagree with. Like, qualified immunity, we need to get rid of. Because it's being taken advantage of. It needs to either be changed or just fucking gotten rid of and changed with something else. The war on drugs, depending on what we're talking about of the war on drugs, is what I oppose. We don't need
if she's directing, I mean, I'm pretty sure the way it's worded, like, it's not really like specific, but I feel like she's probably like everybody else, and it's just like decriminalizing pot.
Yeah, then that's fine. I support that. I don't really care. It's the shit of, like, I think that there does need to be a war on drugs of, like, catching meth labs and, like, things that are releasing these fucking, like, actually fucking really, really addictive and really harmful for people's health fucking drugs out on the streets. We need to fucking get rid of that shit.
Yeah.
She has urged the demilitarization of police. I don't know what she means by that. If that's a fucking, like, defunding of the police thing, I disagree entirely.
It would probably say defunding instead of demilitarization.
Yeah, I don't know what exactly she means by demilitarization. I need more background info, because defunding the police, what they keep trying to argue this shit as is like, well, we want to take some of the things from police and put them into other assets, and I'm like, you know, that's probably a good idea, but how about instead of defunding the actual police force, how about you increase funding in the other areas?
is I don't know if you noticed this, but if you decrease the funding of whatever branch it is, then the fucking branch that is whatever branch you've just taken from is going to get severely weaker. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you're it doesn't matter if you're reallocating the funds. The fact of the matter still stands that there's going to be different things that the police have to be called to. If you take their funding away, then they're not going to have the right equipment. You're not going to have the right training. You're not going to have all the shit that people need to fucking fight all this shit going on. If you don't knock that shit off right now, I'm putting you in the kennel. Do you understand? Last warning. But she, basically, like, if we're talking about defunding the... Did you just fucking... What the fuck did you just do? No, but, like, if we're talking... Because here's the thing. Is it just me? Or has the defunding the police shit gone back and forth depending on what agenda they want to push?
No, I agree completely.
Because I'll hear defund the police, and you'll see people carrying like all cops are bastards signs, like ACAB signs, and they want to get rid of the police force entirely and replace it with other things. And then as soon as you say I disagree with that, we need the police force, and then everybody says like, oh, that's not what they're saying. They're saying reallocate funds, and I'm like, that doesn't fucking look like what they're saying.
Jesus Christ.
But like, fucking, if we're talking about like increasing the branches of things to help take the strain off of police, I'll agree with that. I don't believe that we should be taking the funds from police, because the more that you take away, the weaker the branch is going to get. So if you think that cops are bad now, start taking away the funding that's going into their training and equipment and see where it goes.
Yep, I agree.
It's going to get worse. It's going to get worse. If you want it to get better, you need to increase the funding. We need to increase the funding for better training, for better equipment, for better protocol. You need to have more ability for them to be flexible with what they're doing. If we want to argue education, we can argue education. I don't think the cops should be able to take like a few courses and then get through a thing. I think they should have to go through a long ass academy for a few years and learn all of the shit. You know?
I agree with that completely. You're not like a fucking 3-month rush.
Yeah. And I'll fucking agree with that, and I'm down to fucking help with that shit. I also think that qualified immunity needs to get rid of, and I also think that unions, just like unions in general, need to be fucking abolished and changed. Because I think that the reason why unions are used is because laws aren't in place that are protecting the people that the unions are formed around. That's it! Kennel! Now!
What'd she do?
Done! You don't fucking bite! Get in!
Oh, she bit.
But the whole fucking thing is like, we need to get rid of unions, because unions are it's kind of, I always compared unions to communism. I was like, communism, you hear it,
Well,
and it's
unions
good
are
in theory.
basically
It's good in theory,
unions,
but
the start of unions was
are really
founded on
corrupt.
communism, meant to destabilize the U.S. in the first place. It's really fucked up, but if you like look into it, a lot of the unions were started by like communist sympathizers who wanted to destabilize America, and that's not me being like, that's a conspiracy theory. That's me telling you actual historical facts from a fucking actual historian.
Yeah, that's the shit of like, fucking this whole thing. I always hear this argument come up of people saying, well, my union protects me from like getting fired by my employer. And I'm like, exactly. We need to get rid of unions and place shit in place so that you don't have to have a union. That's my point. I don't know if you've noticed this, but police unions have been bailing cops out that have been doing some pretty fucking nasty shit by paying their bail.
Oh yeah, I've seen that shit.
That needs to stop.
You remember back in the day when that fucking nurse got arrested because she wasn't trying to give the cops the blood samples so they could contaminate them?
Yeah. It's that kind of shit that we need to fucking close the loophole on. That we need to close the loopholes on. Literally, what I would want for like the entirety of like police departments, like teachers' sets, fucking corrections officers, all that shit. The way that EMS is set is we don't have unions. All of our protections are national law.
It's a good idea.
There's an entire fucking thing that's like, it's entirely rotated around where it's like, okay, you know, like all of your legal protections, they're fucking like federal. So if you end up running into a problem, it goes federal.
Which is really how shit should be.
Because it's shit of like, my protections are things like, I can't be fired by my employer from my job without a reasonable cause. And if I believe that I am fired from not a reasonable cause, I can take him to court immediately. The best thing about it is the Kansas board will supply me with a lawyer for free.
Which is fucking phenomenal.
It's that kind of shit. It's, I'm gonna get a fucking lawyer because this has become an issue that is down to, like, I've been fired for the wrong reason. I don't have to go out and fucking seek out a lawyer. It's just, here's your lawyer. It's just, hey, the board is gonna give you a person that is like an EMS lawyer. Like he's not just some fucking lawyer. He's a lawyer that's studied in EMS law.
Dude, this fucking checkpoint for the biking section is stupid. I have beaten all the bike sections. Fuck this game. I have beaten all the bike sections. I'm still on that third checkpoint, by the way. It's that hard. But you can tell it's literally because they forgot to put a checkpoint in, because there's this large section where you just drive for like 10 interrupted seconds without obstacles.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it's pretty obvious they forgot to put a checkpoint in. The problem is like you can't see what's behind the barriers, so you have to already know what's there.
Yeah.
You only get like 3 tries, and the hitboxes for your characters are spotty at best.
Jesus.
I've beaten the one in the regular first Battletoads. I've even beaten the one in the fucking Battletoads and Double Dragon, which, by my opinion, is harder. This shit's just stupid because it's got that 3D, 2D back over top perspective that just throws my fucking head for. Okay, you know what? Fuck this. I'm getting really pissed off with this fucking game. I'm getting pissed off with this fucking game. Just all this shit, and then like the way the game's treated itself, and now I'm on a bike section that I know for a fucking fact they forgot to put a checkpoint in, because I've gotten to the same spot every fucking time. Fucking lazy.
It's fucking lazy.
It is, dude. It's like, fuck, I could program a better fucking game.
No, I don't doubt it, like, at all.
Oh, what are her other policies, by the way?
Give me a minute, I'm in the middle of a siege match.
Got it.
By the way, this game feels fucking amazing. I don't know if I've told you that now, but...
Yeah, you have. Mo, every time the hitbox is bullshit. I fucking make it in between, but it's like, your shoulder tapped it. Like, my character is in the gap, and it's like, nope. What? I somehow fell off, but my favorite part is the fact that the spot where I fell off and died, I respawned back on that same spot and I was on ground.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Yeah, like the bike section after the second checkpoint, bullshit. Basically, there's like yellow lines that signify like, hey, that's an area with a drop-off. So you can land anywhere near the yellow lines, but the moment you touch a yellow line, it just counts as if you fell off.
Oh my fucking god.
Just did it again. That's cool. Now I'm getting pissed off because this is like a super long section without checkpoints. It's like they gave me 2 baby checkpoints at the start, and then I'm like, well, this is a hard-earned checkpoint, but I got to it, and it's like, oh, that's not a checkpoint. You forgot to put one there.
Jesus Christ. Gotta love it.
Yeah, this might be the worst Battletoads I've ever played. And I have played the original, which wasn't terrible, but like it was not good.
Okay. Foreign policy and defense. Jurgensen opposes embargoes, economic sanctions, and foreign aid. She supports non-interventionism, armed neutrality, and the withdrawal of U.S. troops from abroad.
Okay.
That's it. That's all that's on here.
Okay.
Opinions.
Kind of meh on all that. Like, I'm not against any of that shit. There are certain areas that if we withdraw troops from, I might be a little upset. But I'm one of those guys who's like, we need to pull all our troops out of the Middle East, because the whole reason the Middle East is mad at us is because we fucking invaded their country during the Cold War, and they still hate us for it.
Yeah.
Maybe if we took a step back and stopped being aggressors, maybe they wouldn't feel like they need to fucking shoot us.
Yeah. I think the thing that I disagree with, if I'm thinking of this right, mutual aid.
Yeah.
Or foreign aid.
You're talking about when we help out another country.
Yeah.
My thing is I don't agree with helping out other countries primarily for this. The only time we help out other countries is usually for our own benefit. But then we got foreign aid coming in where we're like, no, let's help them. But here's the thing. We can't help our own citizens, and we still have a very bad homeless issue. Why has that never been dealt with? Like, we have enough problems at home, maybe focus on those first, all I'm saying.
I kind of have the idea of like, well, we came from certain people and we kind of owe it to certain people, to certain nations, that if they get into shit, we kind of owe them.
European nations, that's it. Sound about fair?
Yeah.
And Japan, because we fucked them over. The whole reason we dropped the nuke on them anyway is just to scare Russia. They had already surrendered. And then we dropped the second.
Jesus. Hans, drop another.
It's fucked up, dude. It's fucked up. They were just trying... They basically... The first one was to send a message and force the surrender. The second one was to send a message to the Russians that we had more than one. It's like, let's commit genocide in order to piss off and scare other countries. Like, you've already won.
Okay.
No, I want to hear immigration policy.
Jurgensen calls for deregulation, arguing that it would reduce poverty. She supports cutting government spending to reduce taxes.
Okay.
Deregulation is the process of removing or reducing state regulations.
Okay. I agree with that to an extent. I think that the laws we put in place since 1940s that discriminated a lot of non-white immigrants and some white immigrants, that we kind of owe it to just take a fucking minute and be like, hey, why are there tests to bring immigrants in that Americans can't pass?
My thing is, like, if they want to fucking immigrate, I think that they need to be documented, and they also need to pass, like, a criminal check. And
a background check, yeah.
Like a
if
background
they pass
check.
a background
And
check, they're completely documented, like...
That's about all that I care about.
Because here's the thing. The one thing I hate about illegal immigrants is they refuse to give up their information. And one of the things that's really pissed me out about illegal immigration is during the COVID shit, they've made it worse in my fucking area because it's hard to track them. We literally had to have hospitals do anonymous COVID checks just to get some of them to show up.
Yeah.
And that's bullshit. You're killing people because you're a pussy.
Yeah.
I don't agree with that.
Jorgensen supports the freedom of American citizens to travel and trade, calls for the elimination of trade barriers and tariffs, and supports the repeal of quotas on the number of people who can legally enter the United States to work, visit, or reside.
I agree with that, except for maybe the tariffs, because China still needs tariffs because they undermine their economy in order to get a gain.
That's fair.
Because the rich already have like 99% of the wealth of their country anyway, so even if they make it less,
China's a
they're
shitty
still
country.
getting more money. China just fucking hates their citizens. They're like, Tiananmen Square!
Jesus Christ, China. Fucking. We're getting our ass kicked right now.
I've been
No,
working
we're
out
just
and
currently
fucking
getting.
bitch.
We're just currently getting our ass handed to us.
You know that was funny as fuck.
Yeah. I could see her doing that.
Just like, bitch, I'm husky.
Bitch, I hate people.
What color is the husky you getting?
Red and white.
Yes, too bad it's not a boy, but I understand the whole girl thing.
Yeah.
I purely just want you to get a boy so I can breed with Shiva, but, you know.
Understandable.
Either going to be a husky or a German Shepherd, and honestly, if it was any husky, it'd have to be a red one. Like, that's hands down the one dog I want to breed her to. Just a red husky. They're so pretty. I love them. I have a soft spot for huskies.
I love huskies, dude.
Your fucking dog is so fluffy.
You're fucking kidding me. Okay, that's fine. Jurgensen said she would immediately stop construction on President Donald Trump's border wall. During another primary
I
debate,
agree with that.
She blamed anti-immigration sentiment on disproportionate media coverage of crimes by immigrants. She argued that immigration helps the economy and that the blending of cultures is beneficial.
I agree with that 100%. And another thing, Donald Trump's wall doesn't do shit because 90% of illegal immigrants come by plane. Wall ain't gonna stop that shit. I should build it to the fucking moon.
Fucking moon.
And another thing, she's right. The fucking blending of cultures is actually beneficial to a country. The whole problem with the U.S. is we haven't wanted to blend cultures, and we're supposed to be the great melting pot. But ever since the fucking founding fathers, they were like, fuck these other whites.
Jurgensen has characterized the U.S. government's response to the COVID-19 pandemic as overly bureaucratic and authoritarian, calling restrictions on individual behavior and corporate bailouts the biggest assault on our liberties in our lifetime.
The truth is, my business is failing, and if you destroy those turbo bikes,
wait, what?
My sons were too beautiful to
Do
learn
what?
a real trade. Please,
repeat that?
Return my bikes. This is Chad
Jurgensen
from
has
Texas.
characterized the U.S. government's response to the COVID-19 pandemic as overly bureaucratic and authoritarian, calling restrictions on individual behaviors such as stay-at-home orders and corporate bailouts the biggest assault on our liberties in our lifetime.
Yeah, because a whole lot of it was the fact that we were the last country to react to it. By the way, I finally beat that. That was fucking horseshit. You have to literally beat it and get all 3 toads through the first 3/4 of the last checkpoint, which is the longest section, longer than the other previous 2 sections. But no, the whole reason we didn't act on COVID is because Donald Trump's like, it's a hoax from China. China. And then he's like, it's a democratic hoax. And then he wouldn't use the fucking containment policies made by democratic presidents, who, I'm sorry, democratic presidents actually give a fuck about viruses and the nation's health. Physical health. He didn't want to fucking use them. So, he's a fucking idiot. And all those deaths are on fucking him, especially the ones on the East Coast that killed the most. That's on lack of action.
China.
And if you've noticed something, the way people act now, especially like the older white populace, they're like, they used to be all quiet about their fucked up shit. Now that Trump's president, they're all out in the fucking open screaming this bullshit. They're like, we're justified. We got a president who believes what we do. And I was like, yeah, we also had a president fucking stick a cigar in a woman's pussy, but I don't think his alignment matters. Also, Donald Trump likes to get pissed on. Do you like to get pissed on?
No. Apparently they do. Sorry, but I personally think that's relatively gross.
I'll listen to them later.
Oh, it is.
Looks like the Queen is hiding in an abandoned theme park.
Be careful. It's been years since our last tetanus shot.
Damn, Legion.
I gotta admit though, the combat for this game isn't too shabby. Like, it's generally the best part. Any other policies shunnled?
Jurgensen achieved ballot access in all 50 states. Not seeing much else on here. I can go look somewhere else though. My ass.
I'm getting a lot of achievements in this game.
Okay, here's some stuff.
I just now unlocked that move. Are you fucking kidding me?
This kind of has. Oh, this is directly from like the ballot fucking. Kind of gives you the most information about different policies and shit that you can get. Kind of, it takes all the policies that they fucking state all the time and then like chops them down to something a little bit more like quickly readable and understandable. Compared to being like, okay, I've got to read fucking like a fucking essay about immigration.
Okay.
Give me just a second. We're gonna need an early pick this round. Joe Jurgensen on immigration. And these are divided a little bit more. Like,
so her name is Joe?
Yeah. J-O. I should not have survived that, but you know, it's whatever.
But what was the last thing? Were you telling me what a policy was? Sorry.
Hang on.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think we...
Round. No, we are in round, like, the final round for the match. You're fucking joking. Whatever. It's just a quick match. Immigration. Joe Jurgensen's campaign website says the U.S. should not build a wall along the southern border or separate children from adults who illegally attempted to cross the border. Jurgensen supports deporting illegal immigrants who commit serious crimes. She opposes local law enforcement detaining illegal immigrants and transferring them to federal immigration authorities unless the crime involves a victim and is serious.
Okay. I can get behind some of that. I'll say it like this. So far, a lot of her policies are like 3/4 of them I agree with. But here's the thing: you're not supposed to agree with all the policies of a person. That's just not how it works. All in all, the fact that
go ahead. Go ahead.
All in all, the fact that a lot of her shit is kind of like at least like almost to what I have is better than nothing, because with every other fucking candidate it's like they have absolutely nothing in common with me. They have no interest in any of my interests.
I want to read these and then I want to read the others. I want to see what the others are marked as. Like, I want to see what they
like
have
Trump
written
and Biden?
Like Trump and Biden.
Okay, go ahead. Signatures up and then we'll do that.
Okay. Healthcare. Joe Jurgensen's campaign website says Republican and Democratic policies over the past 50 years are the reason healthcare has become so expensive. Your latest proposals to fix healthcare will further micromanage your doctors and restrict your access to care while failing to solve the underlying problem. They differ only on whether this should be done by private insurance companies or government bureaucrats. This is the exact opposite of what needs to be done. We can reduce the cost of healthcare 75% by allowing real price competition and by substantially reducing government and insurance company paperwork. This will make healthcare affordable for most Americans while also reducing the cost of legacy programs like Medicare, Medicaid, and the VA.
See, that's great, because the whole reason the whole healthcare thing with hospitals, less of like EMTs and stuff, is fucked up is because the Democratic parties and the Republican parties both, at a certain point in history, decided to let the hospitals make their own prices. So they have black books where they just label everything, which not literally all of them are black books, but like all the prices at all the hospitals are fucking different, and they're all hiked the fuck up because they can do whatever the fuck they want. It's just like what we did with the fucking the Wi-Fi companies and why American Wi-Fi sucks dick.
Yeah.
It's one of those things, they just let them do that. They basically just gave them free reign for their support. And like, you know, hospital backing in politics is a big fucking thing. So like, to cut that, that'd be fucking great.
Yeah. Energy and environmental issues. Joe Jurgensen's campaign says, I will work to remove government barriers to replacing coal burning and oil burning power plants in the United States with safe, non-polluting, high-tech nuclear power plants, and allowing off-grid use of solar power.
Okay.
Worldwide, I believe we need to consider all scientific and economic knowledge for care to care for our environment, not cherry-pick data to support a predetermined outcome. Most pollution is generated in developing countries, so reducing pollution worldwide requires cost-efficient, zero-emission energy sources like nuclear.
And some will just have some really, really loose justification.
So clean energy, I'm all for
She wants
that,
clean
mostly
energy.
because two of our fucking presidents refuse to acknowledge the fact that, like, fucking, oh, I don't know, there's global fucking warming.
Trade. We got trade. Joe Jurgensen's campaign says the freedom to trade and travel are fundamental to human liberty. As American citizens, we should be free to travel anywhere we choose and to buy and sell anywhere in the world. As president, I will use my constitutional authority to eliminate trade barriers. An amp? I don't know what the fuck an amp is. That's the second time that's come up. Yeah. It's an and sign, and then it's lowercase a and p, no space. Trade barriers, something, tariffs, and work to repeal arbitrary quotas on the number of people who can legally enter the United States to work, visit, or reside. Economy. Joe Jurgensen's campaign website says the real cure for poverty is a vibrant economy that generates plentiful jobs and high wages, combined with an affordable cost of living. As president, I will work to eliminate policies that cripple economic growth. I will give special attention to regulations driving up the cost of housing and healthcare, as well as those creating barriers to creating new businesses or entering professions. Finally, I will work to repeal laws and regulations that prevent individuals and charitable organizations from helping those in need.
I like that. I like that a lot, especially because, like, in areas where you and I live, we both know that, like, the cost of living is super fucking inflated and needs to be checked.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Like Guyman, Bryce's fucking girlfriend lives in a house that is literally 3 rooms: the entrance, the middle room, the kitchen, with a tiny bathroom connected, and like the tiniest bathroom. And she has to pay $500 a month.
You'll like this one.
Okay.
Or you're gonna be interested in this one. Education.
Ooh. President
in
Education. Haven't heard of that one.
Joe Jurgens says the Department of Education has failed. In the 40 years since the Department of Education was created, government spending on education has skyrocketed while the quality of education has declined. Students used to be able to work their way through college and graduate debt-free. As president, I want to work to eliminate the Department of Education and return control of education to where it belongs, with parents, teachers, and students.
That statement alone has my vote. Because literally the states are so stupid now, like, it's all about state testing.
Yeah.
And guess what? State testing means absolute shit.
Yeah. Gun regulation. Joe Jurgensen's campaign says she opposes additional restrictions on the process of purchasing a gun. She also opposes allowing victims of gun violence to sue firearms dealers and manufacturers.
Okay. So she wants to restrict guns?
Joe Jurgensen's campaign says she opposes additional restrictions on the process of purchasing a gun.
Oh, so she doesn't want to restrict guns.
No, she's heavy Second Amendment. She also opposes allowing victims of gun violence to sue the firearms dealers or manufacturers. So, like, the fucking victims of the crime can't sue the company that makes the gun because the gun was used.
Okay.
Criminal justice. Joe Jurgensen's campaign website says communities should determine whether police officers are required to wear body cameras. She opposes the government hiring private companies to run prisons, solitary confinement for juveniles, mandatory minimums for people charged with drug possession, and the death penalty for drug traffickers. Her
I
campaign
oppose
website.
minimums for drugs. You want to know why? You know what's
What?
really fucked up?
What?
You remember Alejandro? He got charged with like a ridiculous minimum because the minimum was fucking high for having pot on him. And here's the thing, it wasn't his, and he got charged just as much as the dude who had it, if not more. He actually got charged more because he had like one incident prior. So Alejandro's never actually done anything illegal, but he had weed on him once. He got a warning, and then he asked his friend when they went on the ride, "Hey, do you have anything on you?" And his friend told him no. And then when everybody was supposed to come clean, the friends didn't fucking tell the police officer it was theirs. So Alejandro took the fucking hit. And that kind of shit's stupid. Like,
that's no
to be
bueno.
honest, I don't think fucking weed is a thing that needs to be criminalized. The whole reason it was criminalized in the first place is, one, it was a fucking scare to the fucking timber industry, and two, it was just another reason to fucking discriminate against blacks.
No, yeah, another thing was like people fucking were scared of agriculture going down the shitter because of regulation, or like regulation of prices. Because if you know, when fucking weed would get legalized, the prices wouldn't be more than likely probably wouldn't be balanced for the appropriately. So of course every farmer that wants to make a quick buck is gonna fucking hop on the train.
This lady is checking
my
off,
biggest
like,
thing,
3/4 of the boxes.
The only thing that, like, if we fucking legalize weed, the one thing that I'm wanting to be careful of is, like, we need to get laws in place for people driving high. We need to have that, like, DUI set.
Yes.
Like, it needs to be in stone. And then, because right now it's like, it's shaky because they're high, they're driving under the influence, but also they have possession charges, so like the possession charges need to be taken away. The DUI thing needs to be like leveled out appropriately to make sure it's not too fucking strict and it's not too light, that kind of thing. And
because
then
it does
also,
impair judgment.
Yeah. And then we also do need to make sure that like the ability to grow, kind of like the supply and demand, like the economic like buy and sell of it is even. Is appropriate for the agriculture industry, so that we don't see like a major. My biggest concern is that we could see a spike in like a ton of farmers switching to marijuana because they realize that they can buy it cheap and sell it high.
Yeah, that would be a bad thing. Especially because a lot of farming has been fucked over in the last few years.
So of course they're gonna hop onto it. They're gonna hop on the first one, on the first thing that can get them out of the hole, which I don't blame them. But it's the shit of like agriculture needs to be balanced, and the fact that if we just instate marijuana without even thinking about the fact that agriculture could be affected by it, is that we need to have that balance so it's balanced with the other agriculture, so that all the farmers don't feel like they have to switch just to make enough money.
And here's something that's also fucked up. Fucking agriculture hasn't gotten a lot of like help ever since Southern Democrats, and Donald Trump has actually done something for agriculture. I will give him that. And it's like the death tax, where like if you're the person who owns the farm, like the grandpa or whatever, dies, his family doesn't have to pay some huge fine.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how the states get that. That's bullshit. I don't agree with that.
Also, her campaign website says convicted criminals should have the right to vote.
I mean,
I'm not sure.
I'm not against it. I'm not against it.
I don't really. I'd have to think on that one.
I mean,
because I could see that being a toss-up.
Too, so
they're U.S. citizens, but also they've kind of sacrificed their rights because they've taken the rights of someone else in some form.
Yeah, if it's minor shit, if it's like fucking major shit,
if it's like murder.
Fuck that.
That kind of shit. If it's murder, I don't want them getting fucking rights. They've taken someone else's right of life. They don't deserve to have the right to vote, in my opinion. I don't think that they should die.
If it's minor crimes, though, like, I don't think it should take away their right.
No. Like, I can understand if someone fucking, like, there's a whole thing of, like, that shouldn't even be a question, because, like, it should be shit of, like, some of these minor crimes shouldn't be crimes in the first place. So, like, if we can solve that problem, then the fucking voting, the right to vote problem kind of fixes itself a little bit. You know? It's the shit of, like, if someone murders someone, their right to vote should be stripped. Yeah. It's like, you know how literally in the fucking Constitution it says that everybody is owed the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness? Yeah. If you shoot someone else, you've taken the right of life. So
if that's the case, a lot of our previous presidents would have never been allowed.
Just because it was
killed each other.
Just because it was okay in the past doesn't mean it should be okay now.
No.
We used to
I
euthanize the
was
special
making the
land.
joke. Texas still did till not that long ago.
I know. Just because it's legally right doesn't mean it's right. Or it was legally right at the time doesn't mean it's right. Yeah, if you kill someone, or like... If you're a drug trafficker, I don't know if you should have... That's a tough one. I don't know if you should have one if you're a trafficker of like high criminal drugs. Like methamphetamine or crack cocaine. That kind of stuff, 'cause that's kind of shitty. That's kind of shitty. Because like you're
yeah, because you're ruining other people's lives.
It's the shit of you're supplying someone else's addiction, and it's probably fucking killing them. It's more than like 99.9% killing. I don't think I've ever met a person that shot up meth and has been fine.
I just taking my daily meths.
Just taking my daily meths. I'm missing all my teeth.
I've never caused a commotion. Anything else before we switch over to the other two?
Foreign policy. Yeah, I've got some still. Joe Jorgensen says on her campaign website, turn America into one giant Switzerland, armed and neutral, with the military force to defend America's shores and soil against any foreign attackers or invaders. Protected by an armed citizenry and by a military laser focused on defending America, no U.S. involvement in foreign wars, bring home our 200,000 plus American military personnel stationed in foreign countries, no U.S. military aid to foreign governments, no U.S. blockades or embargoes of non-military trade.
Okay. I can get behind that.
I partially disagree with some of that stuff, like military foreign aid to foreign governments.
I thought she said she didn't want that.
Yeah, she says she doesn't want military aid to foreign governments. I want military aid to foreign governments. Depending on the government.
I mean, depends on the situation and the government.
Because it's shit of like...
Russia can go fuck itself.
Yeah, Russia can go fuck itself. Like, it should have, like, if Britain comes under attack or something, you're telling me that we aren't supposed to give them foreign aid? Just watch them die?
Our major ally in another country.
Our major fucking ally in the country that we broke off of and are still fucking major allies with today? You're telling me that we're just supposed to fucking watch them die? Or France, you know, the country that helped us fucking get free? We're supposed to watch them die?
To be fair, we should have never helped France with like Vietnam and Korea because they didn't actually have it by that time. But they're like, hey, help us retake it.
No U.S. involvement in foreign wars. I think that heavily depends on the war.
Also, she can be overrun by Congress, so technically that is her opinion.
Yeah. No, it's just this shit of like... No U.S. involvement in foreign wars. I think it comes down to it. It depends on the war. We don't need to be in the Middle East. We fucking did what we were supposed to do. Like, we fucking hunted down Osama and now why are we still there? We got the guy we were looking for.
The whole reason his involvement and every other involvement exists in the first place is because of the fucking roots of shit back to the Cold War, and we're just fucking dumb. We were like, let's keep pissing this country off. Oh, that guy that was our fucking, like, special asset, yeah, he's gone against us because he still holds a grudge for the fucked up shit we did to his country.
Yeah, still. We got him. Why are we there?
Oh yeah, no, I know. We should have never been there in the first place, especially back in the Cold War shit, and we would have never had a problem to begin with.
Yeah. I agree with fucking invading to find out where the fuck he is and fucking hunt him down, but we're done. We've been done. Why are we still there? Because if we just let a terrorist attack happen and we're just like, oh well, then that's kind of making it bound to happen again.
Were we the EU?
Pretty much. If
blew up our trains. Oops.
Like if we do that kind of shit, we're bound to just kind of let it happen again.
Yeah.
Because then people be like, oh, well, they're not gonna invade us. All we gotta do is fucking hit them fast, and then we're done. Like if we don't respond, that's a fucking stupid idea. But the fact that we've stayed there like far beyond why we were there in the first place is fucking stupid.
Because we want shit. Hey, historically.
Yeah, it's like, hey, shut the fuck up, politicians. How about we leave? Pussy boy.
They have oil.
I don't care.
I love
The
how we're
fucking
like, that war
country.
wasn't about oil. But then like, we're like, why are we still there? You know, just oil.
The argument that I've made with the war shit is like, there's shit that's going on that pisses me off, where people are attacking the fucking, like, the soldiers that went over there.
Why?
And I'm like, do you think that they had a fucking choice? Like, they fucking joined the military to go fucking help out the country and to go fucking hunt down Osama. And they just kind of did what they were told, because if they didn't, then it was treason. Like, they weren't the ones plotting to get oil. It was the fucking politicians that made the decision to fucking stay there. It wasn't some fucking private in the Marine Corps that was like, oil. And then everyone stayed.
I like the smell of gasoline.
I love napalm.
Napalm sticks to kids.
Sticks to kids. Joe Jurgens' campaign website does not include a position on the impeachment of the president.
Okay.
That's just a whole section right there. Abortion. Joe Jurgens' campaign website says of abortion, keep the government out of it, no subsidies, no regulations. I disagree.
I don't, but we have different views on abortion.
I disagree to an extent. Because, like,
I think that you shouldn't
there
just
needs to
be
be
going out there and
regulations.
just not having sex without condoms and then keep being like, oh, this is my easy out.
Yeah. So you want regulations?
Yeah, but they're like very minor. It's like,
Yeah,
I don't want the
exactly.
overuse of. It's like a
That's what I
regulation
want.
on just overuse.
I don't want people that are fucking like just they don't give a shit. Because it's the shit of like I don't
forgot to
think
use a condom
I
on
don't
my
think-
sister cousin.
I don't think abortion is a fucking like is an effective and safe way of fucking birth control. I don't think it's birth control. I don't consider it birth control. I consider birth control like Plan B, condoms, safe set, like the prevention of it in the first place.
Ugh.
It's that kind of shit.
This
I feel like
game is gonna
abortion
give
should
me
be
an
like the
aneurysm.
last ditch.
The hard mode isn't hard, Sean. You know why
Mm-hmm.
it's hard? Enemies have a fuck ton of health and they just have like one-hit KO attacks. So, yeah.
Supreme Court vacancy. Joe Jurgens had tweeted about the Supreme Court vacancy. I'm not going to comment on that until Justice Ginsburg family has had a chance to mourn and lay her to rest.
Oh, she died, right?
Ruth Bader Ginsburg. Yeah, she basically said, I'm not going to comment on it until there's been adequate time for her family to mourn.
Which is respectful, and I appreciate that.
Yeah. Alright, let's go up here and see what we got.
I like how I was like, man, I can't wait to play Battletoads. I hop it in, and I'm like, wow, what's more interesting? Let's talk about politics.
You're right. I mean, you're right.
That's so sad, though.
It's fucking. It sucks. It sucks, dude. It sucks. Fuck it. Okay, here we go.
All right.
Joe Biden. Let's see what we got here. Immigration. Joe Biden's campaign website says he will adopt some of the following immigration enforcement policies in his first 100 days in office. Immediately reverse the Trump administration's cruel and senseless policies that separate parents from their children at our border. End Trump's detrimental asylum policies. End the mismanagement of the asylum system which fuels violence and chaos at the border. Surge humanitarian resources to the border and foster public-private initiatives. End prolonged detention and reinvest in a case management program. Reverse Trump's public charge rule. End the so-called national emergency that siphons federal dollars from the Department of Defense to build a wall. Protect dreamers and their families. Order an immediate review of temporary protected status for vulnerable populations who cannot find safety in their countries ripped apart by violence or disaster.
So I agree with about half of that, mostly just with like the vulnerable shit, and there should be a case-by-case basis.
Yeah.
That's speaking to me.
Healthcare. Joe Biden proposes protecting and building on the Affordable Care Act instead of switching to a Medicare for All system. Biden's campaign website says about the Affordable Care Act, because of Obamacare, over 100 million people no longer have to worry that an insurance company will deny coverage or charge higher premiums just because they have a pre-existing condition. Whether cancer or diabetes or heart disease or a mental health challenge, insurance companies can no longer set annual or lifetime limits on coverage. Roughly 20 million additional Americans obtain the peace of mind that comes with health insurance. Young people who are in transition from school to a job have the option to stay covered by their parents' plan until age 26, but every day over the past 9 years, the Affordable Care Act has been under relentless attack. As President Biden will protect the Affordable Care Act from these continued attacks. He opposes every effort to get rid of his historic law, including efforts by Republicans and efforts by Democrats. Instead of starting from scratch and getting rid of private insurance, he has a plan to build on the Affordable Care Act by giving Americans more choice, reducing healthcare costs, and making our healthcare system less complex to navigate. Biden also wrote in a Medium post that he would lower the Medicare eligibility age to 60.
That dog is bull run, I know it is. Yeah, he can see through his pen, so he sees that I'm not in the room anymore. I'm grabbing my Chillalaya. By the way, I made chili and I mixed it with jambalaya. That's what it's called.
Nice.
Tastes good.
I bet.
No, I agree. I agree with most. I'll leave it on for you. Ow, my headset. Ow. I walked into my gate. I'm just clumsy today. I'm here. Look, your daddy's here. Your daddy's here. I agree, and I will admit, while Obamacare failed, that wasn't purely up to Obama, because he had to go through Supreme Court and he had to make compromises. The intended plan never worked, but that what you're talking about, where it was like, hey, they can't fuck you over because of pre-existing conditions, it did some good. And It wasn't all bad.
Yeah.
So. Oh, tiny duck Tim, he's all tan, tucked it out. He's like, my dad.
Joe Biden's campaign website lists the following key elements of his clean energy plan. Build a modern infrastructure, position the U.S. auto industry to win the 21st century with technology invented in America, achieve a carbon pollution-free power sector by 2035, make dramatic investments in energy efficiency in buildings, including completing 4 million retrofits in building 1.5 million new affordable homes, pursue a historic investment in clean energy innovation, advance sustainable agriculture and conservation, secure environmental justice and equitable economy opportunity.
Why does Joe Biden have more agricultural shit than Trump? I bet he does.
That is the most vague shit I've ever read.
Oh no, it's vague as fuck, but why? I'm pretty sure he's got more agricultural focus than Trump does.
That was just energy.
Well, wasn't he talking about regulated agriculture?
Advanced sustainable agriculture and conservation.
Fair enough.
It's all about environmental things. Trade is Joe Biden's campaign website says the goal of every decision about trade must be to build the American middle class, create jobs, raise wages, and strengthen communities. To stand up for American workers, Biden's tax and trade strategy will take a number of steps, including take aggressive trade enforcement actions against China or any other country seeking to undercut American manufacturing through unfair practices. Rally our allies in a coordinated effort to pressure the Chinese government and other trade abusers to follow the rules and hold them to account when they do not. Confront foreign efforts to steal American intellectual property. Apply a carbon adjustment fee against countries that are failing to meet their climate and environmental obligations. Support strong and independent trade unions here in the United States and in every one of our trading partners.
I mean, that's not all bad.
Yeah.
Not that I still want to
Economy.
vote for him because he's seen out his shit.
Yeah, so who knows
I
half of
agree
this
with
shit
his
if he's
policies.
actually gonna do it.
Yeah, if he's going to go
economy.
through with it.
Economy. Joe Biden's campaign website lists the following 4 pillars of his Build Back Better economic recovery plan. Mobilize American manufacturing and innovation to ensure that the future is made in America and in all of America. Mobilize American ingenuity to build a modern infrastructure and an equitable clean energy future. Mobilize American talent and heart to build a 21st century caregiving and education workforce which will help ease the burden of care for working parents, especially women. Mobilize across the board to advance racial equity in America. His website continues, we've seen millions of American workers put their lives and health on the line to keep our country going. As Biden has said, let's not just praise them, let's pay them a decent wage. At least $15 per hour and ending the tip minimum wage and sub-minimum wage for people with disabilities and strong benefits so they can live a middle-class life and provide opportunity for their kids.
That's not all bad.
I disagree with the minimum wage.
That's also fair.
Because raising the minimum wage is going to cause inflation.
I don't think raising the minimum wage should be a thing, but I do think that based off of what job you're working, there should be price evaluations for how much your workers should make, as well as how much the company makes. I think that's fair. So, like, for instance, McDonald's, they can make fucking minimum wage. They don't need to be making $11 an hour.
Yeah. That's the shit of just, like, at least $15 per hour. See, the problem with that is that's going to be a fucking solution for about 10 years, and then it's going to go back down the toilet because prices are going to inflate to compensate.
Yeah, and without like,
and then we're
proper
back to square
regulation
one.
And planning put in place, you can't just put an idea without how you're going to do it.
Yeah. And then it's the shit of after inflation of and all that shit, we're going to be back to fucking square one.
Oh no, Tiny Duck Tim, you fell down. Tiny Duck Tim, the man, the myth, the legend. The duck who don't give a
The duck,
fuck.
the legend. The duck, the myth, the legend.
Mother Ducker.
Mother Ducker. Now see, that's my biggest thing of like, I don't understand why they're still pushing minimum wage when it's been debunked multiple times. That just because you raise minimum wage doesn't mean that it's going to be a permanent
It
solution.
has
Inflation is
really,
gonna
honestly,
happen.
minimum wage has nothing to do. The cost of living needs adjusted, and I think
That's what
that
I was gonna say.
the
Affordable
independent
housing
girl
is a major thing, which
I think
needs
that the-
adjusted. If we change
and I think
affordable
that
housing, the
Joe-
minimum
or
wage won't fucking
what
matter.
was
Joe Jurgensen?
What was that lady's name? Joe Jurgensen. Yeah, I think she covered the affordable living.
Yeah, she covered the. She was when she talked about economy. I completely agreed with her. She didn't talk about fucking raising the minimum wage. She said keep them where they're at and let's change the housing. She was like, let's make it to where instead of inflating the prices more, let's make it to where we have a permanent solution by making things more affordable.
And that is fair.
Because for Joe, the problem, the biggest fucking problem I have with Joe is the fact that he is so fucking dead set on this thing that raising the price to the minimum wage to $15 an hour is going to cause this major fucking solution. It's not. Businesses and fucking housing complexes are going to immediately raise their prices within like 5 to 10 years to compensate.
Mm-hmm.
It's inflation. It's basic economics.
All right. I think we've covered enough of Joe Biden. Let's switch over to Trump.
No, we got more.
Oh, God damn.
I'm going through all of this shit. Oh, you're really gonna want me to switch to Trump right when we get to education?
Oh no! Oh, fuck no! I want to hear this.
Joe Biden's
me hear
campaign website lists the following 5 education goals: support our educators by giving them the pay and dignity they deserve, invest in resources for our schools so students grow into physically and emotionally healthy adults, and educators can focus on teaching, ensure that no child's future is determined by their zip code, parents' income, race, or disability, provide every middle and high school student a path to a successful career, start investing in our children at birth. Biden's website continues, invest in our schools to eliminate the funding gap between white and non-white districts and rich and poor districts, improve teacher diversity, make sure children with disabilities have the
specifying.
Make sure children with disabilities have the support to succeed, create more opportunities for high school students to take practical classes that lead to credentials. Okay, continue.
but like he's not really specifying. And like, if you're only focusing on disabilities and race, then you're missing a bunch of key issues.
I think the only reason why he's even touching on race is because it's a fucking eye getter. It's an eye catcher.
Honestly, is what it is. Like, here's the thing. You know what I hate about race? You know what I hate about race in schools? My honest opinion is the fact that the most prejudiced race and the most race that will most likely not succeed in schools is Native Americans, and they are never once talked about in any form of media or politics.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
Yeah. See, this shit is just... The problem I'm having with a lot of this shit is it's very vague. He doesn't talk about how he's gonna do it, he just says things he's gonna do. Like,
Yeah,
the only thing that he said, like even the minimum wage, like he said, I'm going to raise the minimum wage, but then he doesn't talk about any of the effects, and he doesn't talk about how he's going to raise the minimum wage.
No, you behave.
Like, he's not just gonna fucking snap his fingers and then all of a sudden the minimum wage is raised. There's a process. Literally, most of this shit that's on here is just eye catchers.
That's what it sounds
It's just
like.
things. It's just things that he knows are going to like.
I like
that
how
are
the
gonna-
Independent
that
was like,
people are gonna be
here's
like,
what
"Oh,
I
like
want to
that."
do, and here are my policies. And this guy's like,
Yeah, he's kind of like, hey, I'm gonna do these things that like, I'm gonna say these things that like, fucking, that are gonna like make people happy, but I'm not gonna tell them how I'm gonna do it.
too much. Minute. You're gonna get spanking. Yeah, I've never had to spank you before. I'll fucking do it. Break that fucking mic again. Get a duck spanking. Quit it. Was that Mac?
No, that was Koi.
That was cool. So what did he say?
We are making up names for each other in our fucking Snapchat. I have named him Grognart, Destroyer of Pussies, and he has named me Schmoogle. And we are now making this a fucking, like, a story. Like, this is a storyline. Of Grognart is some fucking, like, massive, like, demon lord. And Schmoogle is, like, the fucking... The fucking, like... The henchman that gets sent down to Earth and kidnaps people.
What the fuck?
It's hilarious.
Did you just sneeze on me, you little bastard? I love you. You fluffy bug. I love him. I do, I love him. Oh, are those happy chirpings?
What did you just fucking send me a video on Snapchat for?
Oh, he loves his kisses.
Hey, what do you guys think of mine? I may be
I love you,
zits,
but you're an
but
idiot.
you're the one getting
Okay. Joe Biden's gun regulation. This will be interesting. Joe Biden's campaign website says, as president, Biden will pursue constitutional common sense gun safety policies. Biden will hold gun manufacturers accountable, ban the manufacture and sale of assault weapons and high-capacity magazines, buy back the assault weapons and high-capacity magazines already in our communities. Good luck with that. Reduce stockpiling of weapons. Good luck with that. Require background checks for all gun sales. Create an effective program to ensure individuals who become prohibited from possessing firearms relinquish their weapons. Give states incentives to set up gun licensing programs. Biden's campaign website also says he will establish a new task force on online harassment and abuse to focus on the connection between mass shootings, online harassment, extremism, and violence against women. Put America on the path to ensuring that 100% of firearms sold in America are smart guns, prioritize the prosecution of straw purchasers, dedicate the brightest scientific minds to solving the gun violence public health epidemic, prohibit the use of federal funds to arm or train educators to discharge firearms, address the epidemic of suicide by firearms.
Fuck you. And what about not arming educators, I think with the rate of which we have fucking school shooters and the fact that like nothing is done about it, you could kiss my fucking ass. I had a teacher who was like, I have a baseball bat, I can do my best, kids.
He's got a freeze time. And just fucking beat the shit out of him. What would you have done if like fucking ow, hold on.
If Luis got dunked and just decided to try to shoot up the school, I don't know.
No. What would you do if fucking like you're in class and it gets announced that a fucking school shooter has entered the school and then the door gets fucking kicked open and all that you see, like, it feels like it's going in slow motion and all that you see is fucking your teacher like grab a fucking baseball bat out from under their desk and then all that you hear is everything stops.
I love that so much.
Back to dumb shit. Alright, you were saying about firearms.
His policy is kind of dog shit.
Criminal justice. Joe Biden's campaign website lists the following criminal justice proposals. Create a new $20 billion competitive grant program to spur states to shift from incarceration to prevention. Invest in educational opportunity for all. Expand federal funding for mental health and substance use disorder services and research. Expand and use the power of the U.S. Justice Department to address systemic misconduct in police departments and prosecutors' offices. Establish an independent task force on prosecutorial discretion. Invest in public defenders' offices to ensure defendants' access to quality counsel. Eliminate mandatory minimums.
Mandatory minimums for what was it?
Just says eliminate mandatory minimums. That's it.
But it doesn't specify for what?
No. Literally, that is a 3-word sentence. Eliminate mandatory minimums, period. End of statement.
Wow, I have never lost any brain cells.
Here's where he loses me. The first 3 words. He loses me when he starts trying to say that, like, he loses me when he wants to make a $20 billion grant program for prevention, from incarceration to prevention. I feel like most criminals know what they're doing. Like, you ain't gonna re-educate the dude that fucking shot his dad and then fucking shot a cop. He knew.
Oh, he knew.
You aren't gonna tell me that you're gonna fucking put him in jail for 10 years, throw him through an education course, and then he's gonna be like, oh fuck, my bad.
I'm sorry, Daddy. Be proud of me from heaven. I wonder if in heaven you have those 32 gunshots to the chest.
Foreign policy. That's interesting. Joe Biden's campaign lists the following foreign policy goals. Defend our vital interests, as President Biden will never hesitate to protect the American people, including when necessary by using force. We have the strongest military in the world, and as President Biden will ensure it stays that way. End forever wars. Biden will end the forever wars in Afghanistan and the Middle East, which have cost us untold blood and treasure. That is literally the wording. Elevate diplomacy. As President Biden will elevate diplomacy as the premier tool of our global engagement. He will rebuild a modern, agile U.S. Department of State, investing in and re-empowering the finest diplomatic corps in the world, and leveraging the full talent and richness of America's diversity. Restore and reimagine partnerships. A Biden administration will do more than restore historic partnerships. It will lead the effort to reimagine them for the future. Renew our commitment to arms control for a new era. Rally the world to address the existential climate crisis. The Biden administration will rejoin the Paris Climate Accord on day one and lead a major diplomatic push to raise the ambitions of the country's climate targets. My biggest thing, here's my issue with like climate change shit. There are things that like I get it, we should be probably moving towards fucking trying to do cleaner emission things, and that's great and all. But there are things that are happening on this earth that are completely natural that we have no control over, that are emitting like fucking 200 times the amount of carbon emission into the atmosphere.
No, you mean like volcanoes?
Yeah, just saying. There's a fucking volcano that erupted and it literally emitted 20 times the amount of carbon emissions that we have ever emitted in our lifetime. Like or not in just our lifetime, but like in the human existence. It emitted 20 times that amount in about fucking like
if one of the super volcanoes under Yosemite goes off, we're fucked.
It's gone. Like, that's it. It honestly feels like if we're trying to control climate change that we're controlling a grain of sand in a fucking massive ass sandbox.
What are you crying about? You're just sleeping on my shoulder. Are you crying in your sleep? Alright, let's hear Trump's.
Hold on. Alright. He made a statement on the Supreme Court. Didn't let the bitch rest for 10 minutes.
Fucked up.
Joe Biden opposed filling the Supreme Court vacancy before the 2020 presidential election. He said this appointment isn't about the past, it's about the future and the people of this nation. People of this nation are choosing their future right now as they vote. To jam this nomination through the Senate is just an exercise in raw political power, and I don't believe the people of this nation will stand for it. President Trump has already made it clear this is about power, pure and simple power. Literally, Bruce just fucking died. And you have immediately been like, that's sad. Back to Trump.
I bet Trump's done something too, though. Like, I feel like Trump probably did too.
I feel like the only fucking respectable person that I've read is fucking Joe Jurgensen.
Weird fucking name.
Yeah.
What ethnicity? Yeah, ethnicity is that bitch.
Why?
Long white.
I've only seen a few pictures. Oh fuck! I almost vomited.
Back to, you know,
Nationality, American.
I'm gonna puke.
Fighting is harder than I remember.
Hell yeah.
Oh, swallowed it.
Jurgensen was born on May 1st, 1957 in Libertyville, Illinois, and raised in neighboring Grace Lake. She is an alumna of Grace Lake Central High School. Her grandparents were Danish immigrants.
Danish. Interesting. Ah, this hacking shit's stupid. Got it.
Okay, let's start from the top. Donald Trump's campaign website says President Trump has enforced immigration laws to protect American communities and American jobs. Upon entering office, President Trump called on Congress to fully fund a wall along the southern border to close legal loopholes that enable illegal immigration, to end chain migration, and to eliminate the visa lottery program. Under President Trump's leadership, the Department of Homeland Security took action to wind down the Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals program in an orderly fashion following the assessment of the Department of Justice that DACA lacks legal authorization. The Department of Homeland Security launched the Office of Victims of Immigration Crime Engagement. The President released his immigration reform proposal, which calls for the transition to a merit-based immigration. You're very silent.
I have learned, like, I don't know, it honestly just feels like his immigration policy is just, let's attack Trump, and less about how he actually feels.
Do what?
It sounds like this guy's immigration policy is less about, like, I want to fix immigration, or stuff like that, and more of, like, fuck Trump and I'm gonna correct everything he did, or bullshit like that.
This is Trump.
Oh, this is Trump's. Oh fuck, I wasn't paying attention then.
Switch to Trump's. That was Trump's immigration.
It was... Okay, then I didn't understand what was being said then, because I thought it was against it.
Donald Trump's campaign website says President Trump has enforced immigration laws to protect American communities and American jobs. Upon entering office, President Trump called on Congress to fully fund a wall along the southern border to close legal loopholes that enable illegal immigration, to end chain immigration, and to eliminate the visa lottery program. Under President Trump's leadership...
My one comment is, how does it end chain illegal immigration or group illegal immigration if 90% of all illegals come by fucking plane?
Under President Trump's leadership, the Department of Homeland Security took action to wind down the Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals program in an orderly fashion following assessment of the Department of Justice that DACA lacks legal authorization. The Department of Homeland Security launched the Office of Victims of Immigration Crime Engagement. The President released his immigration reform proposal, which calls for the transition to a merit-based immigration plan.
And by merit...
Oh. Healthcare. Donald Trump's campaign website says President Trump has worked to improve access to affordable quality healthcare as part of the Landmark Tax Cuts and Jobs Act. As part of the Landmark Tax Cuts and Jobs Act, President Trump repealed the individual mandate which forced people to buy expensive insurance and taxed those who couldn't afford it. President Trump signed a 6-year extension of CHIP to fund health care for $9 million. President Trump has mobilized his entire administration to address drug addiction and opioid abuse by declaring the opioid crisis a nationwide public health emergency.
That ain't too bad.
I've got things to talk about the fucking
things.
Oh, I got a whole fucking opinion on that I'm gonna talk about later.
Okay.
I was actually gonna bring it up after we're done with this. Energy and environmental issues.
So are you
Donald
in
Trump's-
agreement with that or disagreement? Oh, my only question.
With what? With healthcare?
With the opioid addiction and calling it out and shit.
I kind of agree with him. I know that there's a fucking opioid crisis, but it's a whole fucking thing. I'll get to it. You'll understand my position. Energy and environmental issues. Donald Trump's campaign website says that President Trump has approved the infrastructure and provided the resources needed to unleash oil and gas production in the U.S. The administration approved the Keystone XL and Dakota Access Pipeline, supporting an estimated total of 42,000 jobs and $2 billion in wages. President Trump rescinded President Obama's costly Clean Power Plan and instead has proposed the Affordable Clean Energy Rule. In addition to the Clean Power Plan, the Trump administration has rescinded many costly Obama-era regulations.
Not in complete agreement, but okay.
For trade, Donald Trump's campaign website says President Trump has kept his promise to crack down on trade cheaters and to promote fair and equal trade for all Americans. In his first year in office, President Trump took action to protect America's critical steel and aluminum industries, which were harmed by unfair trade practices and global excess capacity. One of President Trump's first actions was to withdraw the United States from the Trans-Pacific Partnership, advancing the agenda to protect American workers. The Trump administration successfully litigated WTO disputes targeting unfair trade practices and protected the right to enact fair trade laws. Economy. Donald Trump's campaign website says President Trump is unleashing economic growth and jobs. Since his election, the Trump administration's pro-growth policies have generated 6 million new jobs. The unemployment rate has fallen to its lowest point in 50 years, and wages have grown at more than 3% for 10 months in a row. Under President Trump's leadership, Congress passed historic tax cuts and relief for hardworking Americans. The Tax Cuts and Jobs Act, U.S. gross domestic product growth, has soared under President Trump, topping 3% in 4 quarters under his administration.
Ooh, 3%.
It's something. Education.
Yeah. There's where. Yeah, this is the big one. I want to hear this shit.
Donald Trump's campaign website said President Trump's proposed budgets have made school choice a priority. The Trump administration successfully implemented the Every Student Succeeds Act to empower states with the flexibility they need to educate their students. The Trump administration implemented the year-round distribution of Pell Grants instead of limiting these grants to the spring and fall semesters. The Trump administration brought in financial experts to modernize the way FSA offers and services student loans.
Have you noticed that a lot of this is about like college and not about fucking everything prior? Yeah. And the no student thing is fucking ancient. And he's like empowering the states to make their choices. Hello? Fucking, that's a bad decision considering some of the fucking states are so shitty at making their fucking choices that all of it's based on state testing because of the local government. The schools have like literally no choice. They have to cut corners because of the government. If you don't fucking fix it from the government, you don't fix it from anything.
Yeah.
Oh,
Gun regulation.
Scared. Did you poop? Did you poop?
Probably pooped. Probably pooped.
I feel like he was sticking his ass off my shoulder, but I can't find shit. I think he was just getting upset because I was raising my voice. I'm sorry.
Gun
Yes,
regulation.
I am, Tiny Duck Tim. No, don't bite. Hey.
Donald Trump's campaign website says the Second Amendment to our Constitution is clear. The right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed upon. Gun and magazine bans are a total failure. The right of self-defense doesn't stop at the end of your driveway. That's why I have a concealed carry permit and why tens of millions of Americans do too. That permit should be valid in all 50 states.
I guess. I mean... Not exactly like he's doing anything other than just enforcing shit that has already existed.
Criminal justice. Donald Trump's campaign website says President Donald J. Trump and the Department of Justice are working with local law enforcement to protect American communities. The Department of Justice announced more than $98 million in grant funding through the Office of Community-Oriented Policing Services hiring program to allow 802 additional full-time law enforcement officers. The Trump administration expanded Project Safe Neighborhoods to encourage U.S. attorneys to work with communities to develop customized crime reduction strategy. The Department of Justice returned to their long-standing charging policy for federal prosecutors, trusting them once again to charge the most serious, readily provable offense.
Like I said, there's not a whole lot added there.
Donald Trump's campaign website says President Trump has gone around the globe working to restore America's prominence in global diplomacy. South Korea and Japan pledged to build closer defense collaboration with the United States, and the president underscored the commitment of the United States to providing advanced military equipment. In Saudi Arabia, President Trump pushed for a coalition of nations to confront Iran and attended the opening of the Global Center for Combating Extremist Ideology. President Trump followed through on his promise and recognized Jerusalem as the capital of the State of Israel and directed the relocation of the U.S. Embassy. Under President Trump, the United States has worked tirelessly to combat extremism and stick up for religious minorities. Recognizing Jerusalem as the capital of the State of Israel and directing the U.S. Embassy there was one of the best moves he's made.
Oh, I don't disagree with that. I just disagree with the whole, like, we choose to respect other religions, and I'm like, bullshit.
That's about it.
I want Trump to have a child. That was so fucking... His was so fucking generic. What are you doing up on me? Huh? What are you doing up on me? Huh? You want daddy's love? His shit's just so generic. Like, I admit, he's done a bit with agricultural stuff, which, I'm gonna be honest, most Republicans and most Democrats both have not done since Southern Democrats existed, and they don't anymore. Which was like way back to like Civil War era and maybe a generation or two after that.
Yeah.
But, I just don't think he's done, like, enough to warrant his fucking stupidity.
Yeah.
I think him and Biden's left a whole lot to be desired. Does that sound fair?
Yeah.
Whereas, at least with fucking Joe Mama. Joe Mama. She fucking labeled out her shit and was like, here's what I want to do. And like, at least with education, she had a clear fucking plan. Because Donald Trump's plan was stupider than shit, because here's the thing, you can't fix the schools by starting from the schools. You have to fix the schools by starting from the fucking... Calm down. Hey. Calm down. No, stop it. Stop running. Pissing me off. You have to fix the schools by fixing the restrictions put on them by the local government, as well as state government.
Yeah.
And with Texas and Oklahoma, it's bad. Like, you need to... we need to fix a fuck ton of shit. The list goes on, but you know, it's whatever. It's just the fact that he says I want to start from the schools to fix shit is the major problem. Because here's the thing: if you go to the fucking government level, fix the fucking budgeting, the state testing, then the schools can fix themselves. Because a lot of it is the schools have had to fucking cut corners and they've lost all their fucking teachers, whereas Oklahoma's super desperate and has been desperate for the last 6 years.
Yeah.
6 fucking years they haven't had adequate teachers. That's an entire generation or two going through of just specific grades. Just like, nope. But yeah, no, I can't agree with his school policy. Like, he didn't really add much to the gun policy other than like, I won't let them put restrictions. Which is what every fucking Republican says.
Yeah.
So, I mean... I think before we can even like go to other countries and be like, we're gonna offer you aid, we need to come to terms with all the fucked up shit we did in the past and then acknowledge it and then move on. And we haven't,
Yeah.
so we look like the shadiest motherfuckers in all of this.
Stay vigilant. The Dark Queen is behind this door.
Probably.
Probably. I thought you pinpointed her precise location.
Pinpointed, guessed. Who can remember?
I remember. You said pinpointed.
We're wasting time.
Let's just go inside and punch whatever we see, okay?
Fine. Maybe if we walk in a certain death.
Not just that. Soon to be famous.
That'll do.
It's the Queen. Punch! Go, Pimple!
You're not punching a baby.
But it's ugly.
Drop the ugly baby.
Don't really drop it though. Just set it down.
You pooped on.
gently.
Not until I explain myself.
Toad Huddle. She's really got us over a barrel with her.
I vote to let her talk.
Yeah, fine, whatever. Let go. It's serious when you pinch it off like that.
It's just baby raccoons.
Exactly 10 seconds to explain yourself. Go.
I'm being held prisoner in this park by a race of celestial aliens named the Topians who stole my powers and hired the giant guardian to block my escape. I've secretly been using radiation to create sentient carnival toys that I hoped would include clear stories, but instead came out brassy, all about the holidays, and Amazon is correct, to name a few. We devised a plan to topple the guard and travel the cosmos to defeat the Topian overlords, double spin the galaxy, and restoring the power I lost 26 years ago, and get that naked toys and bands.
Are appreciating my whole existence.
Why would she get the pants last?
The Queen has been here for 26 years. We were in the bunker for 26 years. Do you know what that means?
Oh my God.
She's not famous either.
More importantly, it means the Topians locked us in the bunker.
Who cares? The Dark Queen was our ticket back to the top. If she's not famous, then we can't be famous. And if we can't be famous, then life is meaningless. Pimple, punch me through my brain.
I don't want to, but I will do anything for you. Are you sure?
Yeah, man. I'm sure. Okay.
Punch me through my brain.
Punch you through the brain. Oh, God. I love you so much. I love you too.
We can team up!
I'm sorry, excuse me. This is a Toad Huddle?
I know our history is complicated. I mean, you sent me spinning off into space. No hard feelings.
This guy.
Now that we're here, we can execute my plan to defeat the Topians together.
These Topians. Are they
Maybe they
famous?
really couldn't get out, so I
I'm
pried open the lid
I'm
again.
not. Thanks for the hot tip, lady, but we can beat the
Put in
Topians.
this
Wow,
powder.
that makes me the tie-breaking vote.
I declare a Toad Shambo!
A what?
Nice, so it's day 5. Seeing what's in the...
So apparently,
It's okay. It's okay. Where's your other friend? Where's Timmy here? It's Todd. You know what? I'm gonna go get him a snack. That's what we're gonna do. Got some friends. It's okay. He gets up with that. See? I got you. Could have
Yeah.
Code Shadow. Pimple wins. Code Shadow. It's a tie. Code Shadow. Rash wins.
Okay, so, Sean, to fill you in, as I've just discovered the queen of the last game, the, like, bad lady of all the games, apparently, okay, they were not locked in a bunker that replaced all their shit. What it was... versus the Guardian. That's a big bitch. Okay, so there's more elaboration on the plot now. And it's that ever since the last game, they've spent 26 years in a thing that was locked away by aliens that they thought was real life, but it really was just a simulation. And the bad lady that they kicked into space got taken by the evil aliens who stole her powers. So, for 26 years, they had gone on forgotten because they were doing, like, outer space shit. So, they didn't actually retcon it, but, like, at the start, they thought they did. The plot's all over the place. But it basically, like, they went to go hunt down the queen. They're like, we know where she actually is in real life, and we need to get famous again, so let's go hunt her down. They go to hunt her down, and they find out she's been missing her powers for 26 years. And they're like, we've been in that bunker for 26 years. And apparently, like, ever since whichever the last game was, which I'm assuming is probably, like, the Double Dragon one.
Yeah.
Because that was a crossover. She got sent into space and got captured and got her power stolen, and they stuck you in a bunker and you didn't know because it was a simulation. So you've been trapped in a simulation for 26 years. And now there's this super alien race of giant monsters that's coming to invade.
Oh, Chase Merricks, if you have to keep making it public that you keep saying publicly, I've been through a lot and I still have a heart of gold.
What? I'm right here. I'm right here, baby. Look. I'm right here. I put you in there because you pooted on me. Right here. What? I'm right here. Hey, hey, hey. Dum-dum. You can see me through that. Your cage is clear. Right here. We'll admit the boss fights in this game are somewhat interesting. Like this one but this is only the second, and it's been like a lot of levels. There's not a boss fight after each level. What? I'm right here. I'm right here. You don't need to be crying. I'm right here. Yeah? See me? I'm right here, baby. I'm right here.
Do what?
Oh, my duck's freaking out. Because I put him back in his pen because he pooped on me.
He's down. Now let's steal a spaceship and get out of here.
Alright, I think I've generally got to a good stopping point.
Stay calm.
Look at you
You're a
go.
queen. You're unflappable. Suck my frigging butt, you backstabbing punks! Chug my dump truck, you stinky wimps! Beep, beep, garbage butt backing up! I hate the Battletoads.
Hey, Queen, correct me if I'm wrong. Earlier, did I hear you scream that we stink?
What? No. I was talking about the cattle toads. Like you guys, but cattle. They stink.
I'm so friggin' pumped! We're gonna be famous! Sup, Topian scum? We just stole a spaceship, and we're coming for you! The Battletoads and the Dark
Sup,
Queen
Bacon?
are gonna
Likes with
destroy
dogs.
you! And in case
Let's
you're
see more.
wondering, our exact space coordinates are 3x543... Stop that!
Your Majesties?
Yes, mortal.
Moments ago, we received this transmission.
Did that voice just say it was going to destroy us? Who would want to destroy you? You've got the most amazing shit.
I'm just a kid and your life is a nightmare.
See, I think they're cute bugs with their little wobble. Oh, yeah, I forgot about the wobble. I wonder if they're ready to evolve. Might be fun to set them up with the fourth dimension. Yes, yes. Now, see, this is why
Alright, it's gonna go off in about 40 seconds.
I'm pretty sure the main bad guys are gay fourth dimensional gods.
My favorite.
They're like they're like hardcore flamboyant.
Life is a nightmare. Where's the second alert? Come on. 5, 4, 3, 2, one.
Write that down.
Pardon my interruption, oh floating ones, but we still haven't located the Dark Queen.
Oh my god, what kind of an update is that?
Yeah, restaurants don't say, "Excuse me, we haven't started making your food."
One of them's literally drinking a martini.
The place that's mean on purpose.
They have flamboyant names and everything.
Have you
Or they have
found the other
flamboyant
ones?
like
The,
voices.
Arbaltos, the Totalos?
Oh, the things we're looking for.
Where the fuck did they transfer out?
The beetle bugs? Fire bats? The jitsu bats?
Battle bees?
That's it.
That's it, battle bees.
The battle bees.
The Battletoads. I'm afraid they've eluded capture as well.
What did you do?
I made him 3 inches shorter. Doesn't seem like much, but his entire life will change. Now, do your
You went to
job before I give
Salina?
you
They were
combination
out of
skin.
fucking Ellsworth to go to Salina for 3 hours?
You need the right product.
Those ugly toads and that spinny little witch might be more of a formidable team than we thought.
We couldn't do this without you. You're the most important member of the team. Just don't tell the others.
Is he
I said
talking to
that,
himself in the mirror? He is. Yep, he's in the bathroom. Pride and Prejudice. Wow.
Where are we?
You what?
Jupiter 9, an outer ring planet. And home to
Zitz
no
was talking to
home
himself in a
named
mirror and
Jeffrey.
it said Pride and Prejudice.
Cool.
He's a well-connected diplomat who knows of a secret entrance into Topian City. However, I need to speak with him alone.
Okay, what's going on here? I thought I was a leader. Are you all conspiring behind my back? Seriously, like, am I paranoid? Do I sound crazy? Am I crazy right now?
No way. You're the leader.
Okay, good, great. In that case, I say the Queen waits outside while we talk to Jeff.
You don't even know Jeff. Why would he trust you?
Why do you trust me?
I don't. That's why I don't want you talking to Jeff.
Too bad. I'm pulling rank.
This is so stupid. Stupid. I declare one of those thingies. A tishy boom?
Toad Shambo.
Toad Shambo!
Toad Shambo!
Toad Shambo. Introducing the Dark Queen. Toad Shambo. Dark Queen loses. Toad Shambo. Dark Queen loses. Toad Shambo. Dark Queen loses. Dark Queen loses. Again.
Dark Queen loses again.
Sorry, Queen.
Call me if you have any problems.
Talk about a superiority complex. Okay, everyone, keep your eyes peeled for
Jeff! I'm Jeff. How may I help you?
Yeah, hi. I'm in charge here, and we're gonna need you to tell us the secret way into Topian City, please. And thank you.
We're working with the Dark Queen.
She works for us, actually?
The Dark Queen is challenging the Topians? Of course I'll share the coordinates. However, I'll need to speak with the Queen herself alone.
We can call her.
No. Anything you would tell her, you can tell us.
That's the opposite of what I said. Not to mention, I'm busy negotiating peace between two warring tribes by acquiring their medallions of respect. So, unless you connect me with the Dark Queen immediately, we have nothing left to discuss.
Here.
No! Give it here!
Is something wrong?
You're telling me this dude inhaled a pen cap?
Can I talk to him?
This is Jeff.
Jeff, you sound different.
I have pink eye.
Pink eye doesn't change how you sound.
I mean, pink mouth?
So sorry, super pink, gotta go, bye. Whew, that bought us some time.
Time for what?
Time to help Jeff's body earn those medallions. He'll wake up and see what we did and then fork over the coordinates. Any objections?
Will it matter?
No, it will not. Let's find those medallions.
We just knocked out a diplomat because we don't want the Dark Queen to help us. And, we accidentally knocked out the diplomat we're supposed to get coordinates for. And now we're going to fake a diplomat shit with him, like, tied up like a puppet.
I've intercepted radio chat.
You're literally
about a Topian
weekending at
Careful,
Bernie's.
and don't leave the palace. That
Yep.
would be stupid. Stupid, stupid, stupid. Ow! Oh crap! There's a bee in the spaceship. Ow, ow, ow!
Literally, they just made all the main characters in this game idiots.
I don't
That's
doubt
that's it. Like, they're dumb.
God
They
damn
have no
it!
brains. The most likable character is the fucking evil lady from the previous games. One second. Also, what's your problem? Okay. Well, I'm gonna stop playing this and switch over to something else.